on Madden EA Sports, the worst game of all time, to bring forth the DBZ Vikings at Green Bay Packers simulation. The second of my regular season of what am I even saying? The second of this year's simulations. All 15-minute quarters. It's a noon game. We're at Lambeau. Probably got decent enough weather. Let's go overcast. And let's get into this game! Once I get people coming in, it'll be a fun time. We're going to jump into this while we're getting NFL ads. So that's pretty hype. Trying to make sure we get the most realistic experience possible. And if y'all noticed, I did get a little bit lazy today. We're going to roll without a custom thumbnail. But I'm not sure about you guys, but I am extremely excited for this game. Should be a lot of fun. And I am expecting a big
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19
this time I
on
left the announcers on
Sports.
because I felt
we are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Standing by for the call from venerable Lambeau Field, here are Brandon Goddard and Charles Davis.
Lambeau.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was
Here
loud.
we are
Ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the
Vikings are testing Aaron Rodgers right off the cuff. Here's the nail pelted boom.
Not just his weapons, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Aaron Rodgers and this Green Bay offense fresh off that historic comeback over Chicago in Week 1. Look, it's the 100th season of Green Bay Packer football, and that was their largest fourth-quarter comeback ever. 17 points down.
Here comes Aaron. So in real life,
and as spectacular as that was,
I really think
they'd like to never repeat it again.
Realistically, if he's healthy enough to play, he's
you
not.
don't want to see your quarterback down on the ground.
I think the smart decision, if the Packer fans are trying to be smart,
what he did coming back in the second half, but that first
staff
half,
and coaching staff,
Aaron Rodgers 3 of 7 for 13 yards in the first half.
They do not start on this game.
That almost will never happen again, and Green Bay certainly hopes never to see those numbers in their lifetime.
Here's A-Rod off the bat. Here's Jimmy Graham, who will be mine.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line right down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Yes, the Raging Cowfish, by the way, a great name. I strongly believe the Vikings will win, and I think they'll win big. I'm actually working on my game preview. Unfortunately, I won't be able to until tomorrow.
That's the most of anyone in the NFL. That's right, anyone. Devontae Adams taking advantage of opportunities.
All right, 3 receivers. Mike Hughes starting in the nickel, even with the healthy Mackenzie Alexander. We have Mike Hughes in the nickel. Rodgers has all time. Throws it to the dirt. Vikings were in cover 2 zone there. There were a horde of 3 linebackers.
Second to third down. This defense for Minnesota in that Week 1 win over San Fran. Forced 4 turnovers. They looked pretty good, didn't they?
The #1 defense in the league last year, both in total defense and scoring defense. They came out and they still played to that level. 3 sacks, 3 interceptions, one of them a pick 6, forced fumble and a fumble recovery, plus 3 in turnover margin. This was a huge emphasis for them in the offseason. They thought there's one place they could improve.
Almost every other year,
taking the ball away from the offense.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
I didn't even get to him.
Shotgun now.
Step in the pocket. Rodgers all the time wants to sprint out through the left side. His pick, Trey Waynes. Wayne's down the sideline. He's had on the 40-yard line. And that is where Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings moving company will go out on the field at the 40-yard line.
In this play. First quarter,
Look at Trey Waynes
First interception.
making that read.
That last one, that hurts.
Look at that. Yeah, but Trey Waynes robbed another interception from Harrison Smith, who's already trying to make a very good position for himself to win the Defensive Player of the Year. And now set up in very great field position is the Minnesota Vikings offense. And if you guys catch the last simulation, field position did not matter because the Vikings offense was god-awful. And leading the god-awful trend was Kirk Cousins, who threw like 4 interceptions in that game. It was just so pathetic. Right, 10 in the bottom screen. Vikings look to let him make Mayer Bunch. They do. It's Cook and he gets swamped. It's Mike Daniels, my favorite Packer, by the way. One of my favorite Packers should be there.
On the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly,
my favorite Packer should be there.
Hunter, what we saw right
but Mike Daniels is
that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That's good recognition.
And swap behind the line of scrimmage. I was getting back-to-back rushes, back-to-back losses. And now it's the third one forever. The Vikings are backing themselves out of field goal range.
And that'll make it third.
They definitely don't want to squander this fantastic field position, but it looks like the Vikings offense is trying to. I think the Packers defense is low-key pretty good now.
That play got swallowed up.
Their defense doesn't have to be great. I think the clean corners, their defensive linemen with
and with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look.
Matthews is solid. Clinton Dix is good as well. Bunch of receivers top of the screen, Diggs on the bottom. Cousins.
Cousins.
And threw it right to the Packer, trying to give him a free interception. This will be a 3 and out with fantastic field position.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the ball out of the backfield.
Trey Waynes gives him the ball at the 40.
And they believe that he
Then
creates
they go backwards 4 yards. Now they'll have to punt.
On now to kick it away. It's the punt of Matt
Wild.
Trevor Davis deep to Green Bay.
Got it within the 20 at the 17. An okay point. You'd like to get maybe 8 or so more
Green
yards
Bay comes back onto the field here. One more nugget on that Week 1 victory over the Bears. We talked about the comeback. It's their 100th year of football in Green Bay. But what's the stat that our guru Brady passed along to you?
It says that the Packers were combined 0 and 111.
That's a first and 10, 17 or more points to
start the fourth quarter.
In their storied
defense. And that's hard to believe. I mean, you said storied. For all the wins they've had, I would have thought there was a comeback like that in there at some point, but there was not.
One would think that. I guess Green Bay would say, well, most of the time we were in the lead.
And I can't believe the NFL,
now the
official NFL page,
and not a whole lot to speak of there, so bring down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The Vikings already have
a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Rodgers.
He's moving around. Hopefully we'll see his mobility in real life. Here he goes. It's fumble! Kendricks knocked the ball out. The Vikings caused back-to-back turnovers. Kendricks with a hit, knocked the ball out, and fell on the fumble.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick
Aaron
up?
Rodgers KO'd.
And in this case, lose the football.
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the same.
He was just knocked out the ball as right by him. He was just knocked out, seeing stars.
Look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Now 1st and 10 at the 24. Can the Vikings offense squander back-to-back drives right near the red zone? Just like last drive, they'll start with 2 tight ends in the bottom of the formation and 2 receivers at the top. Dalvin in the backfield. Cousins play action. Cousins looking, throws a strike to Diggs, and he holds on. The Vikings are at the 12. A 12-yard dart. Cousins to Diggs.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the
Now we're nearing Kyle Rudolph.
He's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So am I sounding okay?
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
1st and 10 from the 12. 2 receivers, shotgun is Cousins. The Packers line up in the nickel. They blitz off the edge. Throws a flare to Thielen. He got 2 feet in bounds. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Vikings do have a
first down
and marker at the 2-yard line.
The top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet. Doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Did a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. On 2nd down, Cook.
Spinning inside. It looks like it has something to the Packers.
Going to make it 3rd down
came
and
with
6.
a full force. And stopped him for a gain of 1. 3rd and 6. This is a very big 3rd down here. Real life, 100% Kyle Rudolph territory. Stephon Diggs
already down on his play sheet.
Maybe even with quad well. Vikings line with 2 receivers on the field, or 2 tight ends, and 2 receivers top and bottom.
3rd down,
looking. And he'll spin. Throws it! To nobody. Double coverage on Thielen. That's incomplete. The Vikings offense isn't good at all. Or maybe, gotta give a little credit to where credit is due to the Packers defense.
Daniel Carlson now for the Viking field goal.
Nevertheless,
from the left
let's set up
should be a fairly
rookie
easy one here.
Field goal basically from PAT range. From old school PAT range up
The kick by
and
Carlson
without a doubt
is
down the
good.
middle.
And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. That drive took him inside
3-0,
the 10.
and the Vikings, the Packers
defensively to
defense
hold
is
him
in
to
the
3.
occasion.
Yeah, I
That
like how
might
you
be
did
enough
that.
to
Give a
win
little
this
tip
game.
of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Well, I don't know what I have to do to Cousins, but man, does he look so stupid in Madden. It's not like his overall's awful either. I think it's in the 80s. But it looks so unbelievably stupid. I know Aaron Rodgers has looked pretty dumb too. This is all pro, by the way, so they should have.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
Carlson in a kick in the middle of the end zone. They take the lead. The Packers. They back on the field at the 25. Their offense has gone back-to-back turnovers.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Thank you, Dr. Davis.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Rodgers.
The first carry out for the BYU man is
forward.
Williams.
Nice little power run there.
He's able
First
to
down, gain
plow
of
forward
4.
up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
That's fine. Yeah.
2 receivers top of the screen. Rodgers under center. Williams stays in the game in the backfield.
On 2nd down,
Again, he has a hole. It's hit. It's fumbled. It's recovered by Sendejo. 3 drives, 3 turnovers.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last
Man, the Vikings are coming with full force to his 2000. Harry the Hitman, lowering the shoulder, full speed. The KO, Mortal Kombat movements. Dale's right there, pick it up, hit him a couple yards. 3 drives, great field position again. The Vikings need a touchdown here. You can't have this fantastic field position. 3 drives in a row within the wrong side of the 40. Cannot end in 6 points.
Might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
CJ hands in the backfield and the deep I formation. Cousins under center. 5-step drop. Cousins throws it. And it's thrown right back to the Packers. They're right to Jones in the middle of the field. Back to back turnovers. This game is wild.
You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run
so a little prize around the middle of the field.
So that's a nice job of focusing on the task
and
at
he's
hand.
Behind Rudolph, right to Jones. Or Jones just read the route better than Rudolph did. Madden playing cover shut down. I don't know how Cousins didn't see him.
Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
But now the Packers get able to drink the water like they just called kind of on their back from the field right when they left the last drive at the 33-yard line.
First day of camp in the regular season. Ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
Off the play action, check down the run, and this time he holds on a nice gain about 6 yards
on the play.
On first, and second and 3.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end.
Despite all the turnovers, the Packers do have twice the yardage in full offense than the Vikings do. So even though it's 3-0, the Packers have 3 for 3 as far as turnovers. I am not confident we have got this one at all. The Vikings offense is pathetic.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
And this one is Adams was dinged up.
Rodgers finding Adams
for the first down. The first down of the day for Green Bay.
You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
First and 10 from the 44. 2 tight ends bottom of the screen that you see there. Jimmy Grant.
Now a first down carry.
Again swallowed up. That's Sheldon Richardson. 19 in the backfield. Loss of 1.
That's going to go as a
he was
loss of a
on
yard.
fire last week IRL. Against the 49ers.
In a precarious position.
Simply always in Jimmy Garoppolo's face. This time he's back there blowing past the offensive line in Green Bay. Here on 2nd and 11, the Vikings won on first down. The Vikings can start to pin their ears back again after Rodgers. See if they can get that 4th turnover in a row. 3 receivers top of the field. Williams in the backfield, check down as Rodgers.
Back to the ground. This
gets
time
to the handoff and swallowed up again. This time, it's Sheldon Richardson again. Back of this, they'll give the pass to Hunter, but Richardson causing a bounce that out before he wanted to, as you see him exploding through the middle of the defense.
You just know there should be a lot of congestion there.
Too easy.
Counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case.
Third and a very long 14.
The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14.
The Vikings have not done anything on offense to scare you. Give them 3 back-to-back drives with very good field position.
Working from
four-man rush. Rodgers. That's all the time wants throws it wide open. Adams. Got wide open. Mike Hughes. That's a gain of 15 on 3rd down. Brings up 1st and 10.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? the better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43.
Now the Packers have a little momentum. We have Rodgers out of the pistol formation. Vikings remain in the nickel.
They fake the give.
Fake
Now
the lay to
Rodgers.
the running back. Rodgers scrambling on everywhere. Throws across his body. It's Adams again. Got uncovered. On Trey Wayne uses the Vikings down in the field. This time it's Sheldon Richardson, who's played such a vital part of the Vikings defense already today.
Right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
Trey Wayne's
Some of
very
these
close
guys
to
are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense. Because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
They are in.
To the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
From the gun, throws it and slide down. Trey Wayne,
the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
Hey, what's up, Andrew?
It's always a
How's
battle.
it going?
On first down. The offense
Y'all
and the
have any plans
defense.
for the
Let's
weekend?
face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on
treat on the
first down is
Vikings
what you're
Sunday.
aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Alvin away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 22. There's a bunch at the top between
Rodgers now. Going to
throws it, and it's caught by Adams, his 3rd reception in the drive.
He'll get
Brings
to
up
the
a
15,
3rd and
right
short
at the
from the
15-yard
15.
line. The
Packers
reception
have
good
made
for
their first
7.
appearance
It's 3rd
in
down.
the end zone. Red zone. 3rd and a short 3 upcoming. J-Rod's Madden abilities a lot more than what you would expect in real life. Real life, this is a very dangerous scenario. Rodgers could easily run and pick it up. And
Rodgers to throw
play
once
action
more.
here. Rodgers throws a dart. Top! Within the 5. Tagled at the 2. First and goal from the 2 with Randall Cobb who won the Hero last week against the Bears.
With excellent pace, money throw right there to move the sticks.
Everybody knows the real hero against the Bears was Mitch Trubisky being awful in the 2nd half, but let's not talk about that. It was all Aaron Rodgers. And now the Packers have the momentum. The Vikings defense has been so good the first 3 drives, causing 3 turnovers, but yet after that, the offense hasn't done a dang thing. They've been on the field this entire first quarter, it feels like. And Williams gets maybe 1, brings up a 1st and goal from maybe the 2-foot line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run total because otherwise,
will be
pass
very
rush
nice
just
here.
tee off on your quarterback makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Green Bay.
They'll give it to him up the middle.
Fights off one tackle, can't get another one, a loss of 2.
He's going to be stopped.
3rd and goal from the 3. Let's see what the Packers do here to the trust.
Lead to a 3rd down.
Aaron Rodgers.
That's a really alert
Aaron
defense
Rodgers
there
throwing
because
here
they
on
saw the
3rd and
heavy
3. I
lift
think
come
you
in from
have
the
to.
offense.
Jimmy Graham's a
Countered it with
prize
extra
offseason
linebackers who brought
possession.
a little bit of speed and
You
heft.
think that's got to be
and
where they
able
got to
really
go
make
here.
a big time play for
Jimmy
their
Graham,
defense.
end zone, best buddies in Seattle, best buddies in New Orleans. Let's see if they can make this connection in
Can
Green
this
Bay.
Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. 2 receivers, bottom and the top of the screen. Green Rams on the top, on the linebacker, tight end position. Now running Graham! Williams gets swallowed up. They run with it on 3rd and 3, loss of another 3. The Vikings defense makes their stand. The Packers had
now, I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. This is an easy one, 23-yarder.
Another one like the old school PAT. This Crosby's up and down the middle, 3v3.
At 3-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays. You don't force any mistakes. You don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
So a tie ball game here as the kicks away.
Kickoff. There's the boot. Carroll's back at the end zone. He'll take the knee. Cousins has been awful. They tried back on the field. Might get the ball at the 25.
Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Now tied up at 3-piece. The Vikings line up Cousins on the shotgun. He needs to get it in some type of rhythm here. Though.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
Cook is swallowed up.
To the
26. He had a crease down the middle, but the Vikings AI is absolutely mentally challenged.
The scouting report on him is that he
gets
possess
stuck
the
at the
eye
one.
discipline to be
You saw
an
he
elite
take that hit and
linebacker.
go
What that means
straight
is
up the
his
field.
ability to read,
You know that
react,
play, the
and
play
make
that
a
takes
play.
out the backside
But on
defense
that
then,
one,
and
he
then you
looked
have
like one
that
of those
cutback
guys.
line lane if you take it. But instead, you just wait in the back and just roll it over defensive tackle, and he has the whole Cousins.
Second down,
drop
Cousins.
looking. He has took a lead if he wants it, but he doesn't. He throws it deep. It's knocked away by Quinton Dix looking for Rudolph. 3rd and 9.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert
3rd
on
and
3rd
9.
and
The
9.
Vikings line up with the tight end behind the screen. Cook stays in the game.
For the
Cousins
gun,
looking.
here's Cousins.
As time throws it deep again, it's almost picked off.
His hands on
The
it,
Packard
couldn't pick
was in
it.
front of it. It was Williams. Undercut that corner route, knocked the ball out of bounds, and Zimmer is furious on the sideline.
So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues,
Looking for LeVon Tuttle there in double coverage. Looked like he had Thielen short for at least a good chunk. Would have been very close to a 1st down. But instead,
Here's Matt Wild now.
stays locked
As
on
he'll punt it away for the second time.
Moves it up for about 20, and that's incomplete. Wild's punt is up. And the Vikings coverage is very good. A great punt by Wild. In the 20,
51 yards on the punt there.
Basically,
And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. Let's see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point kicker.
The Vikings, 0 for 4. Only 1 first down of the day.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time.
No running game, no passing game. The offense is touchdown.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Throws it down the sideline.
So they took a shot on first
Now
down.
a little bit of separation there.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Separation now. Shotgun is Rodgers again.
Now Rodgers to throw again.
Montgomery gets the first down. No, he's not. He's loose. He gets tackled by Sadale after he gets about 20. The Vikings blitz. Rodgers came out and Montgomery was flat and he was loose. Nobody turned down the sideline.
Football being a game of strength and brawn, it's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create room there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defense man dropping out the zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Factor than Montgomery is. Montgomery tries better hands, better receiving. That's a gain of 29.
Rodgers now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Now Rodgers exceeds the century mark. 100-yard passing and therefore
operating from the gun. Rodgers open here is Harrison. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Boy might have to juice up some of these.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Draw play, Rodgers to Montgomery. That didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Good, Morgan.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Packers under shock minutes.
To throw is Rodgers.
Almost picked
The
off.
former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to
The
jump
Packers
free.
started off this game.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them. They're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
Third. And Anthony Barr a big right paw on that one.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready
all
to
those
punt
turnovers.
away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota.
It was exactly like last week's simulation. And now they'll have to start this drive from the 15, the furthest they've had all
now
game.
The Vikings offense gets set to take over here. The crowd maybe
a lot of
losing
this
just a little
really
bit of
turns
the
into
edge
the
after
Vikings
back-to-back
offensive line being
punts.
so bad
They
in
want some
Madden.
big plays.
I've given
to
it
see some
a
offense.
few
They want
buffs.
to
I
see
can only
somebody
do so
break
much.
away, whether it's through the air or on the ground.
I'll find back in this
Now
game. I
it'll be
do
interesting to see
have
where
to
the
play
patience is on
in
both
Green
sides.
Bay.
Each head coach, can you
I
hang
have
in there and not try and
guard. I
force
like
something
Danny
that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Will probably start trying to make this as realistic as possible. Reef has an awful Madden rating, but I give him a little bit of a buff from 84. Remember that right guard is solid, and right tackle Todd Hill's pretty bad as well. You see where top of the screen, on the audibles.
They start the drive.
He has a hole, breaks an arm tackle, that
across
arm
the 15
tackle,
to
that
the
little
17-yard
grab.
line.
But the
4 yards on the
tackle
pickup
was
there, and it'll be
slowed
second
down Cook. He had a full head steam, probably could have got 20, 15 yards, but
hoping those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That was a big hole there, about as much as you would want. Blocked up very well. Cook just couldn't break that little arm tackle. Brings up a 2nd and 7. Offset affirmation. Cook winds up around the left guard.
Cousins now on 2nd down.
Throws it straight to Diggs. Let's knock away.
It's incomplete.
Cousins is
put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. The Vikings on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
They need to drive. They need to
now some movement before the snap.
Second year running back.
And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming.
Do I sound a little better now? Was I too far away?
Someone jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
3rd and 12 here. Cousins out of the shotgun.
Cousins
has all the time, throws a strike. Yes, Thielen, but he drops it. 2 hands on it, and he couldn't pull that one in. That would have been a big first down here, but Thielen couldn't hold on to the ground as it knocked away from the Packer DB.
In the middle of the field makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's Matt Wild now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
Another Matt Wild punt and swallowed up. Great tackle by Mackenzie Alexander playing special teams.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
And here comes back onto the field after a little breather of about 45 in-game seconds is Aaron Rodgers.
On back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 34.
And the Vikings look like they're going to blitz off the edge with Harrison Smith. He inches up to the line of scrimmage. And here comes Dirty Harry, the hitman. He gets knocked away. Rodgers scrambling to his left, throws it deep down the sideline. Trey Waynes almost comes down with it, falls incomplete.
Second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
You've always been very good about
Rodgers heaved that one, probably 60 yards plus downfield. Trey Waynes ran step to step with Adams.
Got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
And Rodgers gives it to Williams, and this time stuffed again.
No gain on that one.
Linval slams him backwards.
He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching
3rd
staff.
and long
take
10. We have
rest of the game.
5 seconds left in the quarter. Let's see if they'll run the play beforehand. 2 seconds. Rodgers will snap it. They get the play off. Rodgers steps up in the pocket and then gets sacked. Everson Griffin around the corner against one of the best left tackles in the NFL. Swallows up Aaron Rodgers. And here comes the punt unit after we take a break. First quarter of the simulation is in the books. Minnesota 3, Green Bay 3. The battle of the defense continues.
We're back to Lambeau in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away.
Madden is so trash as they still have their offensive group
Here's J.K.
on the field
Scott
when they're
now
punting.
as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to
trash.
punt
Here
away.
comes the punt. The Vikings could really use a good special teams play here. Marcus Shales has room in
Here's
front of him,
Shales.
and bunts.
A big
Stuff.
bump. That's
One
out
man was
57
there. That's all it
yards
took.
official distance. And the
If
Vikings will take
Shales could
over
have
here,
made one
1st and
man
10.
miss, could have had a big run
The
back.
Vikings now heading
What a
onto the
great
field.
tackle
And
in
the
open
last
field on
go-around, they
Marcus
really
Shales,
couldn't
one of
get
the
anything
best
going.
punt
They had to punt
returners.
from deep inside their
Really
own
in league
territory,
history.
which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Fun fact,
Just something to build
Marcus
off of.
Sherrills
That's what they're looking for
is
here.
20 punt return yards away from having more punt return yardage than Falcons and Cowboys great Dion Primetime Sanders play action. His Cousins, he is feeling their first down in over 10 minutes in the game.
17 yards on the pickup there.
Cousins finally gets a throw and then connects it to Adam Thielen, who had a big game last week with over 100 yards.
Not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now let's check and see if they stick to the air or not. With them here, it's Cousins. They throw it to Alexander. It's picked. Alexander down the line gets tackled by Dalvin. A pick six saving tackle by Dalvin Cook. Now Green Bay is set up with great field position after the second interception of the day from Captain Kirk.
It's the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
He just threw it right to him. Back-to-back plays where Cousins just simply didn't see their corner.
Offense now heading back out onto the field and hoping to do
Someone
better
has
than
to
they
give
did
Cousins
their
an
last
eye exam.
possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of
Maybe
your
he's
offensive
colorblind,
line.
can't
Tell
see.
them they control your fate. Leverage
Green and
guys.
gold.
Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
First and 10. Rodgers under center. The Vikings line up in the nickel formation here. Rodgers seats that drop, throws it to Jimmy Graham, gets his first touch of the day. Gain of 5. Brings up a 2nd and 4.
At the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 6 yards, 2nd and 4.
Rodgers stops that drop, throws it down the sideline, and it's picked by Wayne. The Vikings get a pick right after the Kirk one. Man.
Turnover there as his guys will get the football.
Trey Waynes is having himself a game, his 2nd pick of the day. As Rodgers trots off the field in disbelief.
That's a tough way to try and win a game.
Look at Trey Waynes getting the hops in that one.
They get ready to head
Looked
back on the field.
like Rodgers might have him. Here's Kirk Cousins on the day. His first quarter stats are atrocious. 3 for 11 for 32 yards and 2 interceptions.
I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Now, a very dangerous spot to be in for the Vikings offense. They're back up to 3. And in a run with Murray, and he loses a yard. Now they're at the 2.
Fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
2nd and 10 from the 2. Cousins audibles. He gives it to Murray again. Murray at the hole. Murray picks up about 8. We'll bring up a 3rd and very short 3rd and 1 will be the call here. Latavius Murray found a seam on that one. Gives the Vikings offense some breathing room. Now to trust the ball in the hands of very awful quarterback of the day, Kirk Cousins.
And it may be a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker. That's when you have success running the football.
The Vikings on
third
down.
and
Not good
1.
For 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Murray remains in the backfield. And play action. Cousins throws it. And he hits Diggs. First down. A gain of 8.
Vikings first down.
Moving the chains. First and 10 Minnesota on the very first catch of the day. Or second reception of the day for Stephon Diggs.
Especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Cousins gives it to Murray again. Murray looked like he had another hole, but it stopped. Shut very quickly. Short gain of only 1. Very similar situation as the run before last drive when Cook had the hole, but couldn't quite get through an arm tackle, and it turned out to be a very short gain.
And they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9. Gives it to Cook. Had a cutback. Cuts back, gain about 5. This is how bad the running game has been. Cook is 6 for 8. 6 carries for 80 yards, and that was just a gain of 6. 3rd and 4. From the 26-yard line is Cousins.
Florida State, their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns.
The Packers are sending the blitz with safety off the corner. There he comes. Cousins throws underneath again, and it's picked off again. It's King over the top of the field, and it's picked. The 3rd interception thrown by Kirk Cousins in Lambeau. Now that sets up the Packers in field goal position, which might be the story of this game. Just threw it behind Thielen there. Thielen had him beat near sideline. But Cousins missed the throw, threw it behind him, and King picked it off.
Because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
First and 10. It's Rodgers hands it off to Williams. A very short gain. I'll call it a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Jaleel Johnson is still in the game here, so that does not look good for Vikings 3 tech. Their secondary prize possession on the offseason, really. Sheldon Richardson. Shotgun is Rodgers. Takes the drop, throws underneath, has Adams in the first down. And into the red zone they go.
That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Adams got the first down, but after a goal, a monster hit from Vikings linebacker Eric Kendricks on that one. First and 10. Green Bay. Biggest goal here, I assume, has got to be not to turn the ball over. He hands it to Williams, a gain of 1.
To be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is a
another shotgun right there. Rodgers, 2nd and 10. Three-step drop, looking, can't find anybody, throws it short to Cobb. He caught it, gain of 6. Brings up a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Cobb was really good week 1 in that win over Chicago. 142 yards and 9 catches and the game-winning score.
Yeah, 75 yards. That broke it open late and allowed Green Bay to come back and nip Chicago almost at the buzzer. Seemingly on the trade block in the offseason. Many thought that his productivity had declined to the point that he wouldn't get back to his Pro Bowl level. Well,
Alex shotgun. Rodgers, pretty sure punching the screen. A big stop here for the Vikings. And it's almost picked. Throw it over the head of the receiver. Harrison Smith is right there. Oh, it's a diving interception. It falls in, comes late, and here will come the field goal unit. Harrison Smith almost had another turnover.
Should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there.
Here comes Mason.
So here comes a field goal team now for the second time here today.
It's up and down the middle. Now Green Bay has the first lead of the day as it's 6-3.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
After the made field goal, now Crosby.
And boom! Marcus Shales waits for this return. He'll be returnable. 2 yards deep in the end zone. Sherrill takes it back to the 20 to the 25. Tackles right past 25. We call him down at the 26. And that's where this horrible Vikings offense will go back on the field. Hopefully not as embarrassing as last time.
Heading back out. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more. Try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
First and 10 at the 26. Cousins.
First
gets
down,
it to Cook. Gets swallowed up, a loss of 1.
Carry, so it's second
Although call he got forward progress, will give him a gain of 1.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Rudolph was just moonwalking at the bottom of the formation. Cousins picks up drop, looking, and the line is falling apart. Cousins is looking and take a sack. He had about 4 days in the pocket, and that's a sack. Loss of 8. 3rd and 17 upcoming.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out.
I won't call that a covered sack, but it's very hard to believe that nobody was open. As you see on the bottom of the screen, there's Rudolph wide open. Would have been gained about 6. Probably been a first down. Yeah, Daniel, if you stick to the end, I can show you the roster. But this is really just what happened last game, too. The Vikings have the better team overall. The offense is good. Like, Cousins is like an 84 overall, but it's just been super bad. And throws it underneath to Dalvin. Spinning forward. Very close for a Vikings first down. Let's see where they mark it. They'll call it just short at a yard short. They'll probably be punting here. Dalvin made a man miss and try to get that first down.
Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
And I'm pretty sure I can't see the rosters when it's computer versus computer.
As he'll punt it away for the 4th
yeah, I can't even pause again. Maybe in between plays they'll let me. And a very good punt coverage there by the Vikings. Again, it's Mackenzie Alexander.
The return as he was covered quickly. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
But yeah, that it just goes to show how pathetic Madden is with their realism.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was
I think there's close to about 10 interceptions already. Play action Rodgers underneath to Jimmy Graham. Got a first down pickup, about 8.
They didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points
on the board. Second
and
short.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Now the Vikings blitz 5. It's Williams gets loose. A gain of 11. First down for the Packers.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First and 10 from the 34. Halfway through the second quarter. Packers with that job for Rodgers. Looking, throws a strike to Cobb. Another good first down connection. A gain of close to 9. They'll call it 2nd and 2.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
The receivers are on the field. Rodgers under center. And it's a little delay. A hand off to Williams. This will anybody swallowed up by the goon within ball. Joseph.
And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Packers on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 upcoming. Out of the shotgun, Rodgers. Vikings blitz 4. Rodgers goes underneath, and a big hit on Geronimo Allison. Jarred loose.
It is tough to complete passes.
Rodgers hit him in stride, but also in stride was linebacker Anthony Barr.
Moving target against his zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball.
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle.
And here's the boot.
Man here in this first half as he gets it away.
And punt is in the end zone. And the Vikings will come on the field at the 20-yard line.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
Hey, see today, Dalvin Cook 7 rushes for 9 yards.
Familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First and 10. Cousins by himself. 5 receivers on the field. Cousins throws it short to Diggs. He holds on. A gain of 7. Good first down play for the Vikings. Getting ahead of this shit.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And that's what the Vikings really need to get into. They have been in no type of rhythm
Able to
today.
get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
As the Packers still have only twice the yardage, it's Cousins again. 5 receivers on the field, nobody in the backfield. And Cousins, another underneath throw it to Diggs again. Gain of 4, and they'll move the chains.
He's going to have the first down. Catch number
These
4
are the type of plays the Vikings are going to need, because Cousins has been beyond sporadic. He's been holding on to the ball too long, staring down receivers and not going through the whole route tree.
Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up and making sure it was a catch.
Cousins now Just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
1st and 10. The Packers look like they're going to blitzing out the edge here. The corner gets up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go, and there he comes. And Dalvin off the side, and he'll gain maybe 1 second and 9.
With a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Another horrible run for the Vikings.
Much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
2nd and 9. Cousins, shotgun. And that's the move first. There is movement here on the offensive line. And beyond Riley Reef.
That's going to set
the call on Tom Compton. Looks like both players win.
Still 2nd down.
And that will be another storyline going into this game. Who will be playing left guard? Will it be Tom Compton, who has played left guard in the starting offensive line almost all preseason? This is, of course, in the scenario that Pat Elflein plays. Or will Brett Jones slide over play left guard? Or the pretty unlikely scenario, but one I wouldn't mind is would be Danny Isadora going at left guard as another underneath throw to Diggs. Picks up about 5. 3rd and 7. Picks up the penalty yardages and a little bit more. Brings up a much more manageable 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
3rd and a long 7. Now they're under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Cousins streaks that drop, throws it underneath to Rudy at the 1st down.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking 1st down.
The Vikings are slowly moving this ball nearing the midfield marker. No big plays yet in this game for the Vikings offense, but finally a good methodical drive down this Packers defense. And this will help, if anything, to give their defense a well-deserved breather.
4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Now Cousins on the shotgun again. Cook is up there with him. He'll get the handoff, and another very short gain. They'll call it a gain of 0, 2nd and 10.
Mike Daniels makes the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Then the game of defense. Green Bay 6, Minnesota 3.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
2nd and 10. Vikings have all 3 timeouts. They're at the 43-yard line. Their own 43. Line up with 2 with the tight end on the top of the screen is Rudolph. The receivers, it's Dalvin in the backfield. And Dalvin will get the ball in his little hole. Rolls forward, a gain of 5. And the Vikings will no huddle here. 3rd and 4 here. They're giving Cook 6 on that one. And the Packers can't find a way to get settled. Cousins rolls out to his right. He can run for where he wants, and he gets hit. And he'll throw it away. He could have ducked down. There was nothing but green in front of him, but instead he'll just throw it away. 4th and 4.
One time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Here's Matt Weil now, as he's on for the 5th time.
Now Weil comes to hopefully pin the Packers deep.
He gets this one away.
And he will not. The ball goes out of bounds at the 23. And that's where Aaron Rodgers will come back on the field. And you could really make the case that taking the sack there would have even been the better play. Because that would have kept the clock running. The Packers could have let it go down, or more likely would have called their timeout. But instead, the Packers at the 23-yard line, they have all 3 timeouts. Aaron Rodgers despite being hurt, has had a pretty good first half despite the scoreboard. No touchdowns yet, only 2 field goals. But well over 100 yards already. And it's been Adams, who's also been dinged up in this game. And there he goes again on a first down play by Adams. That should get him over 70 yards. And you see Rogers' stats there, 15 for 24, 155 yards. Against the #1 defense in the NFL. And Adams is already over 70 yards in the big game.
That's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And Rodgers, nobody in there with them. Vikings only blitz 3, throws it over the head of the receiver. Mackenzie Alexander in coverage, 2nd and 10.
Well, we got a second here to look back to week 1. A handful of nice road wins. The biggest surprise, no doubt, CD. How about Tampa Bay winning at New Orleans?
Yeah, that was a big one because I'm not sure how many people really expected that. We looked at the schedule in preseason and thought, oh my God, for Tampa. At New Orleans.
4 receivers, Rodgers again. The Vikings look like they're going to blitz, and they do. Here comes the safety blitz. He throws it over the top. It's Davis. A good game. 2nd down, 3rd and 2. 1 minute remaining, and the Packers will call their first timeout of the half. We'll take a brief break here. 6-3 Green Bay.
Some elimination pools wouldn't have had many people left.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers showed up, and poor Chicago went home with an L.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of
3rd
so
and
far.
2.
This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Vikings defense wants nothing more than get off the field here. Rodgers, 3-step drop, throws underneath, wide open is Cobb, too easy. 1st down, Green Bay. And back-to-back timeouts here. I think they could have easily got back to the line there. It was a game of only about 5. Because they could have hustled up and easily ran another play there. I think in real life that's what would happen. But this is Madden 19, the worst game of all time. So that's what you get. As the Packers take forever in the huddle. The game clock couldn't go by fast enough. It looked like their offensive lineman was trying to go out as a wide receiver. Gotta see if that plays out throughout the game. Aaron Rodgers nearing the 200-yard number. 5 receivers back on the field. Vikings are in the dime. The blitz 5. Here comes another one. Here comes 7. And Harrison Smith had his hands on it. Almost went the other way. That could have been a pick 6. That might be how this game's going to go. It might have to come down to who can get a pick 6 fast enough. Looks like Harrison Smith and Trey Williams again. That's the 2nd time the two were both had a chance for an interception on the same ball. 2nd and 10. 52 seconds remaining. 4 receivers on the field as Aaron Rodgers gets help, brings out Montgomery to his left. Vikings once again, if they go everyone, Allison is wide open underneath, they'll pick up 5. 45 seconds, they will not call their last timeout.
It's 3rd down.
And the Packers will huddle here because Madden 19 is awful.
Because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from.
Looks like the Packers may just be kind of settling for a field goal with the Vikings offense not giving them any reason to be scared. Now the shotgun is Rodgers. 25 seconds remaining. They blitz 7 again. Wide open is Kyle. Will be for a 1st down. On the other side of the 40, under 15 seconds now. Packers again, no sense of urgency whatsoever. See if they bring in the field goal unit. Man, I've never been more disappointed in a game than Madden 19. The AI has gotten worse. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't call a timeout or do no huddle at the very least.
Yeah, a lot about Madden's 19. And they're winning the huddle. They still have a timeout. They're at the 37. That time's gonna expire. It's like you're playing against a little brother in Madden that doesn't know the game clock exists.
Field goals, this is your game.
So yeah, Gary, I completely agree. Except I think there's a lot more. There's a lot more wrong with Madden. I've never played 2K, but I always hear good things about it. I think it's really, really scummy that EA bought the rights for NFL football. Very, very unfortunate because they can keep just churning out the same mediocre game. There's no competition, so they can keep it as horrible as they want.
Give you stats and scores from games in progress, as well as look back at games
now, I wonder
that have already been completed.
if they could get past that little rule and see if 2K can make an NFL football game, but they probably couldn't use any official NFL players or stats or logos. Can you download the roster for this year? If you're talking about like an old 2K game or Madden, no.
Both teams appear ready for the fight.
And here's the kickoff. Let's see if Sherrills can do anything here. And he'll just take a knee. I do wish Madden would give you that option where you could just pay like $20 and be able to get another like season worth of updates. Here are Cousins' first half stats: 9 for 19, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's been god awful. But he did get into a little bit of he did get into a little bit of a rhythm at the end of the first half. But going back to what I was talking about 2K, I wish they could, make up their own logos, do it what like NCAA does for their games, and just do like quarterback number 8, and just do like that for the players, and throw it right to the Packers. Clinton Dix picked off Kirk Cousins, his 4th pick of the day, and Rodgers will have the ball at the 31-yard line. Cousins back-to-back Madden simulation games, pathetic. My God, Madden 19 is the definition of god awful.
That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories.
He just threw it behind him. Like, how can he be that bad?
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Now, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr.
First and 10
Davis.
from 31. The Packers already see themselves in field goal range. Rodgers scrambling. He can't find anybody scrambling to his left. Throws across the field. He hits Adams. One of the most interesting plays you'll ever see. The Vikings could have pressured Rodgers. Barr was there, but he was just dancing with him the entire time. Rodgers throws across the field, probably about a 30-yard pass, but so much of the distance was horizontal. Adams had to come back to the ball to catch it. It ends up being a gain of about 15. The Vikings gave Rodgers about 20 seconds to throw that one. That was shocking again is Rodgers. Gives it to Montgomery as a whole. And he'll fall forward past the 10, a gain of 6. Now Rodgers for Montgomery, 4 carries for 4 yards. Madden is god awful.
Nice solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 4 at the 10.
Rodgers, there's the bone formation. 2 tight ends on the field and Williams behind them. And they'll pass out of it. Rodgers throws it, corner. He gets Ribowski. There, old John Toon. First and goal from the 5.
And now they're set up first and goal.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here.
First and goal from the 5. Got Montgomery, falls forward, gain of 2 to the 3.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the
man, but if these games keep being super unrealistic, I might actually just play myself. This is pretty awful. From the 3, it's Montgomery's balled up Danielle Hunter. He's been a monster. Loss of 4. Second goal from the 6. As soon as he got the handoff, Danielle Hunter swallowed him up.
Both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. The Packers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're looking at a 3rd and
from
goal
the 6.
here.
Rodgers under center. I wish man would do shotgun here, but it's Rodgers. 3-step drop, looking. And the Vikings get him. It is a sack by who else? But Rodgers' best friend, Anthony Barr.
4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you.
He was glued to the right side near the pressure got into his face and the interior pressure that Anthony Barr just provided. But he had a receiver underneath on the left side of the field. He wasn't quite in the end zone, but the nearest defender now wasn't even close. I think that would have been his best option. Rodgers missed him, and here comes the field goal again. It's Mason Crosby. It's up and down the middle. 9-3. This slugfest continues.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff.
Boom, the Vikings would love any type of a good return for Sherrill. That's booted 6 yards deep in the end zone. Marcus Sherrill will take a knee. And here comes Cousins back at the 25, who's been absolutely awful.
Set to take over again. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
4 receivers on the field. Cousins, the Vikings are trusting their horse. He's going through with it. They let out the shotgun. It's Cliff Dalvin. Had a hole, but took a big hit. He lost or a gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd and 8. Vikings have 2 receivers stacked to the top of the screen. Looks like the Packers are coming with the blitz. Here he comes. Throws underneath to Rudolph. Underneath the route. Pick goes forward for a gain of 3. 3rd and 5.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Vikings on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be third and 5.
Might as well be third and 25 for how the Vikings have been playing. Cousins takes that drop, throws it to Thielen, but the ball dropped. Thielen had it in his hand, but swatted away by Alexander. And here comes Matt Wild.
You're a nice guy.
Very good stuff by there by Cousins. Thielen had it in his hands, and Alexander just swats it out. And of course, everybody knows Thielen sucks at catching.
Here's Matt Wild now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Taking it about
Davis
the 16.
goes backwards. Good tackle there again by Mackenzie Alexander.
And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring it back up first and 10.
Packers are up by 6.
17-yard line.
And Rodgers has time. Throws it to Allison. He hangs down for down. Gain of 10.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now a play fake here.
Play action. Rodgers scrambling for no reason whatsoever. Looking, throws across his body. He gets Adams down the middle, field wide open. Tackled by Jalen Curse. Another big gain of 36 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going
and that'll put Adams over the 100-yard mark. Rodgers scrambling to his right for no reason whatsoever, just to throw it across his body, Brett Favre style. And it's a wide open Adams down the middle of the field.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 35. Packers are touching. Rodgers throws it underneath. He gets Jimmy Graham. Gain of almost 10. Right at 10 first down, Green Bay.
And I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Rodgers now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
319.
Rodgers hands it to Montgomery, has a little bit of a hold, picks up maybe 4. Good gain on 1st down.
Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Under center, Rodgers shoots out drop, throws underneath, the Vikings blitz everybody. Wide open with Adams, another 1st down. Green Bay.
15 down to the 14-yard line.
We're at the 14-yard line of bad guys.
And the chains move again.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
1st and 10 from 14. A touchdown here would be the dagger. With how bad the Vikings offense has been, they can't afford anything less than a field goal here.
With the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Rodgers shoots that drop, looking, throws it, the middle field wide open, Jimmy Graham. The best, one of the best receiving tight ends in the NFL is Jimmy Graham, and Aaron Rodgers coming down, touchdown, Jimmy Graham.
They had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away.
Now this 12-point lead feels like a blowout with how awful the Vikings offense has been.
Because the field goals means they got range, but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great.
But sometimes offense is contagious. Let's see if that will spread the Vikings to get something on offense. As the Packers will go for 2. And Rodgers again looking. Scrambling. Who's right? Can't let you run for it. He'll throw it wide open top. 2 points good. 14 point lead Green Bay.
They pass it there and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Crosby on now to kick it away.
And Cosby's kick is 6 yards deep in the end zone. Sherrills will go down to a knee.
Touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my
down by 14.
The punter doesn't exist, guys.
Just under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
So you've got to go out and create some
usually
for us here.
A 14-point disadvantage with this much time left.
That guy get on the field on this drive?
Doesn't feel like your game blown out, but right now it really does. The Vikings offense has been absolutely horrible. Looks like about 1/3 of the Packers offense out of the shotgun is Cousins. And they'll go to Cook, he'll go forward, gets the spins away. A little gain of 3 yards will just work there for a tough love 3 yards for Dalvin.
It'll set up a 2nd and 7. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Shotgun again is Cousins. Pick to his left. And play action, Cousins. Looking, he has all-time throws, a strike, he's got Thielen loose from 40. The first big play of the game for Minnesota is Cousins to Thielen. Hopefully that gets something going, a big-time reception for Thielen.
A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And see, Thielen just gets wide open over the top. A great play call for offensive coordinator coach DeFlippo. And the Vikings are in shop at the other side of the 37-yard line, near field goal range, but they need a touchdown here. 3 receivers bunch at the top of the screen. Out shotgun again is Cousins. Cook to his left. Here comes Cousins. Underneath to Tyler Rudolph. A good little gain on 1st down. Again, 5.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
2nd and 5. The receiver is top of the screen. Rudy lined up on the line at the bottom. Here comes a blitz. It's a screen to the left side. A perfectly timed screen. It's Dalvin Cook, first down. Minnesota at the 23-yard line.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps it.
See, the Packers blitz on the left side. They brought 7, an overload blitz. And then Cousins just threw right over their heads, and it was a screen set up for Dalvin. If Dalvin could cut that one in the middle of the field, maybe he could have got that turned up and maybe got a touchdown there. But he saw great pursuit there. I think if Cook would have been a little bit more patient, looked like Tom Compton get that block, he probably could have got a touchdown. But nevertheless, a first down at the 23-yard line, the doorsteps of the red zone.
Back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Now to be careful with the football is Cousins. He took a very slow handoff. Looks like they haven't practiced really their whole life. That handoff took about 3 seconds. That's all the time it took for the defense to get there and stop Cook for no gain. Again, at the very least, this will give the defense of the Vikings a much-deserved break. As Cousins changes the play at the line of scrimmage. 3-step drop, the late handoff gets Dalvin Cook. It's not fooling anybody. It's Mike Daniels. A stop, -1. 3rd and 11, Minnesota.
Lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. The Vikings on 3rd down.
3rd and a long 11.
This is 3rd and 11.
Another shotgun. Cousins. Packers line up in their nickel. Hey, blitz 4. Cousins, it's protected well. Throws it. It's almost picked. Would have been the 4th interception of the day. Oh, was picked off by Jones again. But it was dropped, and that will bring up a Daniel Carlson field goal. The first score for the Vikings since 5 minutes in the first quarter.
Team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41.
And the Carlson is up and down the middle.
And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So
17-6 is the score with plenty of time left in this game. About 20 minutes to go in the final half of this game.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets
and
up
here's the boot.
Away.
And Davis will take it 2 yards deep in the end zone to the 20. He tiptoes and brings the football basically to the 25. They call him down to 24.
Now Aaron Rodgers.
And here comes Rodgers. Despite the interception, was very good. 5 for 5 in the last drive for 74 yards.
He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
And play action, Rodgers. Vikings blitz 5. Rodgers scrambling around, throws it out of bounds.
No options, he just tosses this one away.
See Rodgers, 277 yards and a touchdown on the day.
Switching gears for a
pretty
second.
solid. Interceptions.
Earlier, we had some odd games in week 1. I don't think anything
definitely due to the Vikings' very good defense. And a very solid day coming up that knee injury.
Multiple lightning delays.
Yeah, when you open up the season in the state of Florida and it's not a dome,
Good luck.
You've got a chance of this happening, right? It happened in Tampa a couple of seasons
And
ago.
Rodgers throws underneath to Cobb. A good throw there, but Cobb drops it in heavy traffic. Great play there by Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr.
That's unbelievable. So great stamina for the fans, great stamina for the players. And how about our colleagues in the announce booth? Great stamina for them as well.
Indeed, longest game in NFL history.
Third and 10 from the 24. This will be a great stop for the Vikings defense. Get the offense back in the field. 5 receivers set for the rocker. Aaron Rodgers looks, throws it straight. Jimmy Graham, backbreaker, first down.
It's Graham
Over the top of rookie corner Mike Hughes. Unfair. Graham's about 6'6". Hughes is 6 foot even. Unfair.
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Rodgers now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
2 receivers. And Rodgers will run to the left side. It's Williams. He bounces away. Gets tackled by Kendricks. He'll do a gain of 3 to call it 4 yards. A few good first down runs we've seen today.
You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go, come on.
3 receivers on the field. Rodgers out of the shotgun. He's got Williams to his right. 2nd and 6. He'll do it to Montgomery. He bounces away from Eric Kendricks. Tackle, but Kendricks does wrap up. He falls forward. Back-to-back gains of 4 yards. 3rd and 2 of coming.
Steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
And Rodgers, they'll run again. Williams bounces to the outside. He's got a lane to the 50, spins away. He's got a gain of 10 on 3rd and short. Good little run by Williams. The running game is starting to get heated up now.
They can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit.
Good run by Williams. They tried to run up the middle, but it was stuffed. He bounces it. Daniel Hunter did over pursue a little bit, but he did come back to make the tackle after a good gain there by Williams. First and 10. The Packers have control of the ball and control the clock. They're up by 11. Under center is Rodgers. 1-0 clock out the running game. There goes Williams again. A nice little game. They'll call a game of 3 on 1st.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Second and 7. Throws out of the shotgun. 4 receivers. Here's Rodgers throwing. Rodgers throws it short. He's got Graham another first down.
And here he'll be
Stays in bounds, and it should take us to the finally 4th quarter.
That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Hey Morgan, if you're still watching, if you can just tell me where you're at.
Going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter.
First and 10, Green Bay. Have 15 minutes to get their second W of the year. Vikings line up in the nickel. Offset I formation, Rodgers to pass. And throws it. And it's Adams again down the sideline. A great play. And he's knocked out of bounds on first down and up to the 20-yard line. And that brings Rodgers over 300 yards on the day.
But this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a touchdown here. I mean, Adams almost has 150 yards in the day. Holy cow. A touchdown here, game over. I might honestly end the stream here if the Packers get a touchdown. I don't think anybody can.
Into the red zone.
Rodgers throws underneath to Graham, gets hammered.
Hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Good play there by shutdown corner Xavier Rhodes.
But here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The thing is, I might not end the stream, but I think I might just let it kind of go as I get ready to do stuff. Because, man, this is hard to watch. Packers with Green Bay in the center, steps to the right side. Williams has the hole. Williams to the 10. And a first down again at 12 by Williams, who's starting to get heated up now.
This offensive line, they're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
2 tight ends in the game. Rodgers will hand the ball to Williams. Williams is a hold forward, a gain of 5. First and goal from the 3. Second goal from the 3.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys
are Rodgers gets to Montgomery, goes nowhere.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6,
3rd and goal from the 3. Rodgers looking, throws it, sacked. And Sheldon Richardson, he was hurt early in the first quarter. Now he's back, and he comes back in a big way. That's a goal line sack by Sheldon Richardson.
Richardson, the former NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year back in 2013.
Yeah, just remember, this guy's talent is absolutely undeniable. And don't worry about his sack numbers. He's rushing from the inside most of the time, but he creates such havoc getting back to the quarterback, breaks down pockets left and right.
So out comes the field goal team once more.
To extend their lead again to 2 touchdowns is Mason Crosby. Of course, he'll be down the middle. That's really 19.
And that will get the lead up to 14.
Human error
so
does not exist.
Just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time, got points. So
yeah, if I had less than 3 viewers, I might do other things. Where are we at? Oh, it says we got 5. Says we got 5. Not really lively chat. We got 5. So we'll be living.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And
Sherrills will field it at the end of the end zone.
Back here,
And here comes Cousins to the 25. So I think I'll announce the Vikings on offense, but I just really don't have it in me to announce more defense.
Field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder, puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
And Cousins. Lone guy in the backfield, and it's the first catch of the day for Laquan Treadwell, only gain of 3.
8-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
I mean, there's 12 minutes left. I think you get one more than one shot there, announcer.
Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Second and 7. The Vikings need a score here, preferably a touchdown. Now the shotgun is Cousins. He'll take the snap. The Vikings have a screen set up to the other side of the field. It's Cook swallowed up a fantastic play there. By number 27 of the Packers, coming down hard to stop that screen for a minimal gain. The Vikings could have blocked it up. None of the linemen saw the safety coming downhill that fast.
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be third
and 6. The Vikings need it. Cousins stuffs up into it, and it's Diggs. A diving catch in the middle field. A great catch by Stephon Diggs to keep this drive alive.
Catch and a first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out.
First and 10. Cousins again out of the shotgun. Cook.
A first down throw for Cousins.
And he'll throw it to Cook out of the backfield. Makes a man miss. To the 34 to the 45-yard line. Short little gain on first down and 3 yards. The second and 7 upcoming.
It'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Second and 7. Receivers bunched to the bottom of the screen. It looks like Diggs at the top. Cook remains in the backfield. Second and 7. Cook will stay in the block. It's underneath to Kyle Rudolph. First down pass. Cousins to Rudy.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
First and 10, and Vikings do another screen to Cook. This one's set up, but Clay Matthews bites through the block and stuffs it for only a gain of 2. I like the play call there, but Clay Matthews just beat it.
A lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
2nd and 8. 5 receivers on the field. Cousins alone in the backfield. Out of the shotgun is Cousins.
Cousins again.
He rolls to his right, throws it to his right, out of bounds to the right.
In his last 6 passes. And it's 3rd down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
And movement up front.
We've got movement up front.
If the Packers got offsides there, that would be a big play, but the Vikings moved first.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The
3rd and very long, 13 upcoming, right at the 50-yard line. Down by 14, I think it might be 4 down territory here. So if they want to pick up a gain of 7 or 8 here, and then only have a 4th and 5, wouldn't be a bad position to be in.
Certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
But of course, they don't pick up anything here.
Cousins now from the
underneath to Brock Thomas. He'll pick up a good little chunk here. We'll see it's a 4th and 4. Let's see what they do here.
Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion.
Of course it's that,
what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness.
Okay, here comes the offense. Is back on the field. They will go for it. They have 2 tight ends on the field. The Packers, it looks like they're going to be blitzing on the right side of the screen. Cousins, 3 steps out, throws it short. Rudy caught it. 3 gain of 3, it's short.
Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
I'm not happy with that
play
really
call. Needed points here in a 2-score
They needed more yards than that, only picking up 3. Good throw by Cousins. Rudy just didn't have enough depth.
They can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense.
I'll be back when the Vikings are on offense. I'm sick of announcing this game.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So now at 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look.
319! 319!
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got a man, that's Allison. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
Pass interference, defense.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Cousins on 1st down. And his pass incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, I come back to the game, and we're back on offense. Sweet. They're down by 14, 2nd and 10. Cousins throws it to Treadwell. And we'll pick up here, makes it more manageable.
Down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there.
3rd and a big 6 here for the Vikings.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
And they get it, Rudolph. On the other side of the field, 1st down, Minnesota.
But not before he gets into enemy territory. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? First down. Here's Cousins. Now they go straight. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. To the air again, it's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still third down.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Now Cousins. Going right side here, and that's complete. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
It's David Morgan. Another first down for the Vikings. Under 4 minutes,
running
though.
under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Definitely still not looking good.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Cousins is all the time in the world underneath, too.
Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it a 2nd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins.
Underneath to
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's working on a string of 8 straight completions. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still first down.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
Fantastic fumble.
Unfortunately, wind up out of bounds.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
2nd and a very short 22. Cousins sliding in his left, staying in the pocket, throws it, strike is dead into Coley.
Complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Brings up a third and very short.
Backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
3rd and 3. Big time play here. Cousins looking. Throws it. Short. It's picked. Game over. Martinez down the sideline. To the 54. And he's loose. Game over. At the dagger. Game over. Packers to defend their home field advantage at Lambeau at the 85-yard pick six, and Cousins 5th of the day.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Cousins throws it. Nobody has a dropping game with him.
The receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and that'll bring up second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Still second down.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. From the gun, here's Cousins.
It's on first down.
That catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
How about that?
Cousins able to connect with Treadwell for a Minnesota first.
A rare feat of offense
for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Gun. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Cousins now on second down. And his throw here is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8. Is at least when he's down the middle of the field or gets sacked or something?
He's going to let it fly. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Almost top by
This is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers are going to win this football game. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Packers get set to go. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
Packers won.
Indeed, they protected the home field.
I'm going to go sit through this timeout. We're going to call it Vikings suck today.
Number 20 of the game.
And I got to work on the Vikings offense because
he's going to fight his way forward here.
The Madden range isn't that good, so it's been awful.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
When we see
those runs to the perimeter, we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers